What up, good people? You are here. It's your favorite up-and-coming comedian, Meldon Williams, back at you with another episode of the Comedy Chatter Podcast. So if you're looking for a pod without all the drama, and you want to check out some of the dopest comedians in the game today, then guess what? This is the podcast for you. Yes. What's good people? What's good? It's your man, Meldon Williams, and welcome to the Comedy Chatter Podcast, the only audio comedy pod from the perspective of an up-and-coming comedian. Up and coming, that means me. What's good, y'all? Everybody good, man? Yes, back. Another episode. Funny episode. Great episode. You guys are going to love this episode because I got one of the funniest comedians out there doing it right now. She's a female. She's hilarious. And I'm talking about hilarious, not just, when you say shit two times, that means it's for real. Like she hilarious. So y'all, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all not hip to this one, y'all better go ahead and check out this interview. And then after that, get hip to her, man, because I'm talking about side splitting. Side, like your side split. Like, I don't know if anybody ever had like a rib injury, like where you crack a rib or some shit and you can't laugh. Like, this the type, You know what I'm saying? It's the type of pain that you feel when you hear this comedian. But yes, I know I'm putting 100 on 10, but she is so hilarious and so sweet and nice, and allowed me finally to get an interview after I've been trying to get her for a while. The one and only Miss Just Nesh. She's hilarious. Chi-Town's finest too, by the way. So we have that in common. So yeah, you guys definitely make sure you check out this interview, and after that, go check her out. NBA Finals is here. Yes, NBA Finals is finally here. And I don't know about y'all, but these finals ain't about shit. Like, Boston up 3-0, like, you know what I'm saying? They about to sweep these fools. You know what I mean? Like, back in our day, back in my day, the finals was shit. What the kids say, lit. Like, the finals was the shit back in my day. Jordan and Peyton and the Dream, Olajuwon and Ewing. Like, the finals was the shit. When June rolled around, you was like excited about the finals. And now they just got motherfuckers out there. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck? You used to be able to name the whole team. Like, Jordan, Pippen, Paxson, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman. You could name everybody on the team. Now you can name two people: Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic. That's it. Like, and that motherfucker Luka, oh my God. Like, hey, don't get me wrong, he amazing on offense, ain't he? He could shoot that ball, step back, and he do the passes, and he a bad motherfucker on offense. But on defense, oh my God, shit. He look like he has been shot in both feet. Am I right? That some bitch look like he can't even move on defense. On defense, woo, Lord. It look like somebody he looked like somebody did Misery to him. You know that movie Misery where she put that board in between his ankles, in his 2 feet and ankle, and took that goddamn sledgehammer and just boom, bust both his feet to the side. That's the way Luka look out there on defense. Just can't. I'm talking about can't move a lick. Oh man, Luka, sit your ass down on defense. I bet they wish it was like football. Like when it comes to Luka, like play offense and then come sit your ass down and let defense go in. Like that's I know they wish that over in Dallas. Yeah, man. Anyway, what's new, man? I'm still unsullied by sponsorship here on the Comedy Chatter Podcast, and that's basically, you know how my man Ernie Johnson say he unsullied by sponsorship ever since 1989. You don't have a sponsor. It's obviously not for the same reason. Ernie and them got money. I ain't got shit. So that's the reason why I don't have a sponsor. But I used to have a segment back in the day called Back in the Day Sponsor. And that was basically where I just picked a business that had went out of business. You know what I'm saying? I picked a business that was no longer operational. You know, it's like Toys R Us or Blockbuster Video, something that went out of business. So they couldn't sue me. So I'm like, yeah, that's my sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Made a little segment out of it. But anyway, my new segment now, but this is going to be my new segment. I realized I was at the grocery store today, and I realized that the generic shit in there, like the generic items, like don't nobody sponsor it. They don't sponsor nobody. Yeah. Like, like for instance, like, they got the peanut butter and they got Jif, and Skippy and Peter Pan, all the peanut butter. But that great value peanut butter don't nobody show that shit no love, right? Why don't great value peanut butter have a commercial? You know what I mean? And that's the shit too. I don't care what y'all say. I know you bougie motherfuckers try to go out there, try to act like you on me. Hey, some of that great value shit tastes better than the regular shit. I'm telling you that now. Try some. I'm letting you know right now. Try some great value cinnamon applesauce. I guarantee you'll go back and say, fuck Mott's. Like Mott's can keep that. Great value cinnamon applesauce is the best shit I've never had. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm being serious, dog. Yes, fuck with that cinnamon applesauce. Yeah, so that's gonna be my new segment, like like some of the baddest grocery store, generic grocery store shit. I'm gonna go in there to the grocery store and try to find the baddest generic items, and that's what I'm gonna sponsor because they damn sure ain't gonna do nothing to me, right? They damn sure ain't gonna fuck with me with the generic shit. If I can put a little extra money in their pocket, especially with as high as the shit is at the grocery store down. I went to get some cereal the other day, and I was like, no, shit. Cereal was $5-6 a box. I was like, oh shit, I'll just eat some oatmeal. Like, god damn. All right, so yeah, man, what we chatting about today? Comedy Chatter Podcast, we always chat about something. And I figured today we'd chat about basically just doing it on your own. Like doing things on your own. Doing things independently is what they call it, right? Like, for instance, I talked about my girl, Just Nesh, who I'm interviewing. She, as of right now, she's about to release a comedy special that she independently did. Like, self-promotion, like, put it together, everything, all her, you know what I'm saying? So, we gotta understand that, every now and then we can't wait for Netflix and we can't wait for, I remember back when I was young, like, the biggest thing was HBO. You gotta get an HBO special. If you was a comedian, damn, I wish I'd have started comedy back then. I always think about that. Like everybody else was just like, "Oh man, you funny." I was like, "Oh, I didn't start comedy until I was 30 fucking years old, man." Like if I'd have started at 20, like I'd probably be on a yacht somewhere right now. Probably not, but I'm just saying. Like, who knows? But anyway, back when I was young, man, Chris Rock, used to get the HBO special. Martin Lawrence, that was huge. Yeah, and then what I'm saying? As time went, Netflix came along, and then you had the Netflix special. That was the biggest thing. But shit, nowadays, man, you ain't gotta wait on nobody. And we got microphones, we got these cameras, cell phone. Hey, go do shit your own. Just Nesh went out and made her own special. My dude Barry Brewer, who's another Chi-Town's finest, man, he went out and made his own comedy special. I think you can see it on Amazon Prime right now. I'm Coming Home. Barry Brewer. I think that's what it's called. Check it out, Amazon Prime. Very funny guy. I've had the privilege of interviewing him as well. Shout out B Brew. So yeah, man, like we got to do it on our own. And my dude, who everybody always knows, like I said, like his name comes up a million times on my podcast because I consider him, one of my mentors, somebody that allowed me to pick his brain, and he shared the stage with me for a while. But Ali Sadiq. He's killing the game right now with those YouTube specials that he's kind of releasing in segments, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and this first one was just freaking brilliant. Like, if we talking about like comedy at its finest, storytelling at its finest, that first one was brilliant. Like 10 million views and counting on YouTube. He just giving them away. And, hey, he been on Good Morning America. Everybody want to know who Ali Sadiq is. Now I'm like, dude, he been killing them. So, we just got to make sure that we, if you really love this shit, I know money is, a lot of people's ultimate goal. You got to get the money, but sometimes it's just about the art. Put that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Produce it yourself. Promote it yourself. If you really love this shit, man, hey, the bottom line is that you do it, that you get it done. You know what I mean? So shouts out to everybody that's out there trying to do it on their own. I love it. I love it. I see you. And, hey, continue to do what you're doing. Okay, guys, without further ado, we're going to get right to it. My girl, Just Nesh, so glad that she finally allowed me to sit down and interview her. She is, I'm a huge fan. And ever since I've been following her, she's done nothing but funny things. So sit back and relax and enjoy the interview that I did with the one and only Just Nesh Comedy Chatter Podcast. Let's get it. All All right. Welcome, family. Back at the Comedy Chatter Podcast, the only audio comedy pod from the perspective of an up-and-coming comedian. Up-and-coming, that is me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I done stalked, I done followed, I done traveled, I done did everything, and I done finally got one of the comedians that's been on my radar for a long time. I'm a huge fan. Miss Just Nesh, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
I'm really good.
Good to hear. Thank you so much. Now, I always kind of start my interview off with like a personal story. If not, damn sure not to y'all,
Okay.
but probably to me.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you remember the very first time we met.
No.
Probably don't. Okay, like I said, personal to me. So, you come on my radar, and I was like, man, yeah, she's hilarious. I want to do an interview with her. So, Uptown, Atlanta. You was still in Chicago at this time. You was like, I'll be in Uptown in Atlanta. I was like, really? She coming to the crib? I jet down there the night you was there. So blah, blah. So I see you the whole night. I'm like, I got to find a way to get over there and talk to her. So I get over there. Finally, you got a table full of people. And I always hate stuff like this, too, because everybody going to think something different. Mm-hmm. So I walk up, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm a huge fan of yours. And I was just wondering, I do this comedy pod, and I'm wondering if you could ever sit down and say, yes, just kind of looking at me like, mm-hmm. Like, okay, all right. So then I had a card, and I gave you the card, gave you a little business card, a comedy card. And you just like, all right, yeah, just holler at me, get away. That's my question. I mean, that's my story, how we first met. My question to you is, did you do me like a DJ and them in Hustle and Flow and throw that card away?
No, the cards always make it back to my house.
Okay.
And once they get on my dresser, that's probably where they be at for a while.
Well, hey.
I'll never fling them out.
Good, that's nice. I thought about that. I was like, yeah, she probably DJ'd that. Like, put that by the
it's
toilet.
a funny thought, but no.
But one thing I will say, though, that was a long time. It had to be about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And every time I kept on hitting you up, you was like, oh, no, we're going to get this done. Mm-hmm. We're going to get this done. Like, it's that and the other. Yeah. And I was so scared once. I'm going to keep it real. I was so scared once Cat Williams, Shannon Sharp, interview like this so big. Yeah. Because before that, everybody's just like, oh yeah, a little podcast, I'll sit down with you.
Oh yeah.
After that, Shannon started talking about how much people like, hey bro, I think somebody already hit me like, yeah, but what's on that budget? I'm like, oh bro.
Oh yeah, that's the thing now too. I'm hearing people like, yo, how much?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
I'm like,
man, trying to get that stuff on.
I appreciate that so much. Yes, because once I saw that, I was like, hey, man, people about to be like, hell no, like Shannon Sharp getting people paid now. So
yeah. So a lot of people been doing it digital, virtual, so you really got to leave the house. So that'd be,
Yeah. And I always think this is so much better because you get like
of course.
Vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So another thing we got in common, Chi-Town's finest. So you from Chicago originally, right?
From Chicago.
I am from Chicago. I'm a Michael Reese baby. So the first thing I ask is, what hospital were you born?
I was born at Mercy.
Mercy. Okay.
Mercy Hospital.
Now is that which side?
That's right. It's near downtown. So that was like 35th Street over by the lake. Right. If you can kind of see it if you on I-55 and you going toward Lakeshore Drive, that right little booty part right before Lakeshore Drive.
Okay.
So yeah, Mercy.
Okay. Yeah. Now, like as far as I don't want to go back as far back as elementary. Let's start at high school. So high school, were you like the funny person in high school too, or did you kind of you was kind of quiet and shy?
I was just chill. I was liked. I wasn't class clown, but I was funny. So I was just likable. So everybody kind of just rocked with me, but I wasn't no class clown.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's always funny. Everybody think that a comedian, once you comedian asked me, like, yeah, I was like, nah. Like I was more so the dude that I'm gonna keep it real. I tried to come every day like with something. But I was like, I'm talking about this person today. Or if the teacher say something, it's all today. But I did that work. The class clown usually the person to be getting the F's.
Disrupt the class because I can't read.
Exactly. So,
I'm sorry, I can read, guys.
Exactly.
Sorry, I couldn't be class clown.
Exactly. So this is another question I always ask all my comics. Did you find comedy? Or did comedy find you? Was it one of those things where you was just like, man, I'm interested in that? Or did one day somebody just say, get your tail on that stage, you funny?
Well, I guess kind of both, because I was always a comedy fan, so I always would listen to stand-up, watch stand-up, but I'd always go to comedy shows too, so my friends were like, you need to go on stage.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was in dragging them to a show every week. But it was like, you funnier than these people, black people, so unsatisfied. And it was like, you could do that. So that's kind of how that works.
That's a great answer too. Both that was exactly what that was. Both of them. I know some people just like they would never have thought of doing it until somebody was like, "Hey, you need to." Then I know some people, kind of like myself, I was drawn to it. I was just like, "Man, like this is fun. I wonder should I ever do that." Yeah. So, Chicago. So, like, all jokes aside, jokes and notes. Where were you going?
Jokes and notes. So, all jokes aside was closed. I didn't start comedy until 2012.
Okay.
So they had been gone before I started. So jokes and notes was my first. In the black comedy club, the hottest black club in Chicago. So that's where
I love jokes and notes. I only went a few times though. I wasn't doing comedy. I was just going for the show.
Okay. Well,
So Lil Rel, I think I saw Lil Rel there.
Yeah, that was really.
It's great to see how far he's come.
Hot spot.
Yep. Okay, so can you remember like the first? I wouldn't say the first time you was on comedy, but I mean the first time you were on stage. But like the first time where you like, kind of knew you started to have something like, I like got down to jokes and notes tonight, or I was at this place tonight or whatever, and it kind of started coming together. So I'm gonna try to pursue this.
Yeah, it probably was a night jokes and notes because you know how that was. They open mic, you got 3 minutes, and you had to be funny. So their open mic was a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Jokes and notes open mic was not like a regular we're just gonna go in here. No, their open mic was
Can you remember who your host was? Ballhead? Well, who was your host?
I
know it was a while ago.
Remember who was hosting.
I know Ballhead was hosting for
Phillips, at one point. Yeah, then they had M-Dubs hosting.
Okay.
But I couldn't remember who was.
Okay.
But that's probably when I started going when I started getting up stage up there. I probably was like, okay, this night.
And were you just starting to go frequently? Were you starting to say, I'm about to just
I started to pull up all the time. Yeah. And Mary would start letting me do like guest spots and stuff on the weekend. So I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm really cooking. So
yeah.
I would say.
Now I always ask this to the female comedians, just because it's something that interests me more than anything. Not trying to start no mess, but with stand up comedy literally being a male dominated industry, is that something that was there any fear at the beginning of that? Like, you know what, man, am I going to have to worry? But I've heard some horror stories, like in terms of females being out and then be one woman that night with 4 comedians, guys.
Oh, yeah. No, I really didn't have any. I think most of my worries were just getting in front of the crowd. It really wasn't about, it's men dominating comedy. No, it really wasn't.
I can tell too, just because like your style of comedy is like in your face. Yeah.
So we would hang out like them was the homies.
Okay.
So it was more so that.
Okay. Yeah. So no fear at all. Yes. So I think I kind of already asked this. So what made you continue to pursue it? You were just kind of like, hey man, I'm good. Those people were right, and so hey.
It was good. It was a good feeling, and people were actually laughing, so that was a good thing, and it was kind of easier. Like I said, I was new, so I think they were I'm just able to make people laugh naturally, so it kind of seemed a little more.
Okay.
Or I caught on a little quicker, maybe I would say.
Yeah. Gotcha. Now, did you have a comedy fraternity, sorority, whatever? And what I mean by that is, did you have like a group? Like I know now you in a group, which I'm gonna talk about later. But did you have like a little fraternity, like Adam Sandler had, like David Spade and Chris Rock and all that? Did you have a little fraternity that was coming up with you?
Did.
Any notables that I know?
You should. Ronnie George was probably the main. He probably was the group leader. Lisa Laird, Mary Lee, M-Dubs, Eli. Like we had a little crew.
Okay.
Brandy Denise. So it was good and it was fun. So that's kind of who we clicked up with, or I would hit mics with. Dave Hellum.
Yes, I definitely know Dave Hellum. Did y'all write together also?
Our writing more so came in conversation, or when somebody would say something, then we'd be like, "Oh, you can put that on stage," and then we'll play with it in conversation. So,
okay,
we never really had no formal.
Yeah. Now, do you write in terms of it being a formal thing? Like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down today, or if I say something funny, I gotta put it in a on the recording and then go back to it?
Yeah, you make your notes and then work it out on stage. So I'm not like I think now after writing for Miss Pat Show, I will probably put a little more time into maybe just sitting down and then kind of punching the setup before stage versus, oh, this is an idea, I'm going to take to the stage and work it out. No, I'm going to take this idea and I'm going to kind of write out some stuff now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that helped out a lot.
I definitely want to chat about that, too. That's huge. All right, so now the I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but you're in a comedy group now. Funny by Nature.
Funny by Nature, yes. Right? Okay. The ladies.
So,
give it up for the ladies.
Exactly. So Kelly, I'm going to try to get them all. Kelly Kales.
Kelly Kales, yes.
Ashima Franklin.
Ashima Franklin, yes.
And yourself, and I'm forgetting one.
Crystal Powell.
And Crystal Powell, yes.
Crystal Powell. Just, I think, I don't know, it was just fun to do comedy with people who you get along with, people who you vibe with.
That's what I was going to say. Y'all are like real friends.
Yeah, like
so
we
it's
really,
not just bring these four together.
We're going to put them together and then good luck. But no, it's just always a good time, good vibes, and it's just real natural. So shout out. Mm-hmm.
Now, how did y'all hook up with Miss Vivica Fox? That was huge when I started seeing that on social media.
Mm-hmm. I just saw Vivica this weekend. She's ready to get it back on the road. Mm-hmm. So be looking out for that. Kelly and Vivica had an event, and I think that's how it kicked that off. And then Vivica was kind of hosting these other shows that this guy would throw. So so we kind of came across Vivica doing comedy.
Yeah, I was about to say, so she's like a comedy.
So she's hosted several shows that we've been on, and it was like, oh, we should make this a thing. So because she loves it. She loves the women. She loves the comedy.
Well, she's always been funny in terms of romantic comedies and stuff. So it was natural when I saw that. But I was like, oh, look at her. She like Ashima. And by the way, Ashima, I'm calling you out on Just Nesh's interview, by the way. I've been trying. She's another one I've been stalking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You are persistent.
So eventually I'm going to get Ashima an interview too. I told myself I'm calling her out on Just Nesh's interview, so that way hopefully we can sit down soon. But she was somebody that I've known. Should I say been following? But I've been following her from when she first started. I moved down to Atlanta. She was just getting started, and so I was like, she's hilarious. Oh yeah, so that's how I found her with the Funny by Nature and this, that, and the other.
Super funny.
Yep. So I'll mention this. Tell me about how you feel with social media in terms of kind of helping out your comedy and this, that, and the other. Is that something that you feel you've benefited from with social media, or is it something where you're just like, hey, it's just a tool to use, and hey, I'm funny just by hitting them smoky comedy clubs and getting down. Like, I don't need that.
I think it's a very important tool to use. So just trying to navigate and, catch up, find your niche within the social media. Because, if you started doing stand-up, then when so much social media came out, it's like, I don't want to be making all them skits. I don't want to do all this. I don't want to do all that. But, you start because it's important. And you want to grow your following because that's all that matters now. Get booked. So it's
that's
like
all that matters now.
It's beneficial, but also I would much rather just get on stage.
Yeah, just much rather. I feel the same way, and it's one of those things now too. Where everybody call you a hater for saying it. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna be the old man hater because like I grew up with just kind of being able to get on stage and rock out, and then people see you that way. Yeah. But now, man, if you don't got the blue check on Instagram and you don't have 2 million, they don't even
that's
book
like,
you. Yeah. And I'm like, man, so I get it. Another compliment I'll give you too. You probably can't remember. This is a throwback, but pandemic happens, right? Mm-hmm. So pandemic happens, and then my man Ali Sadiq starts doing these damn like the Zoom. Yeah. It was like a Zoom comedy show with somebody. Mm-hmm. Easily the best one. Like I used to watch them, and I was just kind of like, because it's such a tough vibe to not have no lives.
Everybody at home. Everybody looking at you. You don't got no energy. You
the only one where I was crying. I was still crying. You had the same. Like, I'm bitching. I'm like, hers is still funny. Like, if this is her on the stage, no audience, no nothing. And it was still funny.
That was a wild time.
Yes. So that was kind of the first time that I got on you, that I got hip to you. Okay. And my final question is the main way that I got hip to you. Mm-hmm. And so I'll tell you that after. Who is Just Nesh fanning on right now? What I mean by that is who makes Just Nesh laugh nowadays. It definitely can beat some people from back in the day. If you said Richard Pryor or whatever. But I just want to know who are some of the people that make Just Nesh laugh.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, my buddies. I got a lot of funny friends. So, Mary Lee, that's my best friend in comedy. She makes me laugh all the time. Shout out to Jimmy, Franklin, Kelly, Crystal. They always make me laugh. So many people from the crib. M Dubs. He on the road with Corey Holcomb now. So shout out to M Dubs. He's super funny. Erica Clark, Mo Good. I could go on and on, but Chicago got too many hitters.
Oh, so yeah, Chicago.
I got plenty of people that make me laugh.
Yeah, no joke in terms of especially even old school. Like they've been heavy hitter.
Oh yeah.
Also, I know they've been comparing like the play like DC got Chappelle, Chicago. I'm like Chicago right there with all of them. Though, if you want to compare.
Yeah, like and there's so many there now, and everybody just kind of doing their thing, and social their followers aren't huge, but they definitely probably the funniest out.
So that's the reason why I asked that question. So starting that off with
how Corey Bell, like we got some hitters, Big Keith Femo, B. Cole, Damon Williams, like we can really.
Yes. I still got to get over the Damon Williams room over there, Riddles. He keeps on telling me, like, I'm definitely gonna get there. So, like I was saying, how I found out about you the very first time is by asking this question. I asked this question to, Dominique, the comedian, dark skin, hilarious. So I finally got her at Uptown. That's my place where I catch her. So I'm asking her, blah blah blah. She did the whole interview. So at the end, I'm like, so who are you fanning on? And she took a long, like, man, everybody making me laugh, blah, blah. He said, but this girl, this girl that I performed, like, I think she said she had saw you too, like in person. He's like, so I saw her in person, boy. And I said, girl, you hilarious. Like, keep that going, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And she's like, and it was just so good that I found her on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, every time I see that, you know how she talks. Every time I see that girl on Instagram, I'm in there dying on the floor. I'm dying on the floor.
I love
so yes, Dominique was the one. And once you said that, I was like, oh, now I have to find out who Just Nesh is. And so that's how I ultimately
absolutely hilarious and always been, one of the people I look up to in comedy. So
Okay, perfect. Well, last but certainly not least, I want to know about, we talked about it a tad bit earlier, you've been writing for the Miss Pat show.
Yes, I was able, to go to, come down here in Atlanta and do season 4. Yes, I keep saying season 5 because I'm ready for them to be like, season 5, y'all, come on, pull up. But season 4, Miss Pat show, I got to be in the writer's room, so I was down there.
Yeah. How did that come about? It just like your comedy, somebody was like, man, she good.
Well, Miss Pat has reached out. Miss Pat talked to me a few times about being funny and just some advice. But my homie Vincent Bryan works in the writers' room too, so he was like, "Yeah, we kind of need niche down here."
Oh, perfect.
And put a bug in her ear. Yeah, they got me on down there. So shout out to Vincent Bryan, Ronnie Jordan, Punch Ups. So Miss Pat, the show was amazing. It was a good time, and I think it really will help with the way I work my jokes out.
Yeah,
moving forward. So I'm grateful for that because
that's huge. That's a dream. That's why I said I gotta ask her about that. That's a dream of mine is to write for a TV show.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm just like, man, I keep on doing this comedy and everything, but eventually I want to get in the writer's room and just see what it is. And I got to be amazing to chop up my ideas with some of them. Yeah. And to see them on the show, to everybody like, did you see Miss Pat last night?
Yeah.
To know that you was a part of that's got to be special. Yep.
That was really dope.
Speaking of special, tell me about that. First of all, I'll start here. That idea to do that selfie special, like I love the fact that people nowadays are just starting to say, hell, I'm not about to wait on the HBO. I remember we were little, we had to wait HBO. You had to get the HBO special. Now it's Netflix and Showtime. Like people, Ali Sadiq, I know I mentioned him a couple times. He putting that mug on that YouTube.
On YouTube. And dropping them, people waiting on him like, he is really.
And I'm like, dude, so the fact that you did that selfish, I was like, this is an amazing idea. And so I just want to know how it wound up coming out and then when it's dropping, tell everybody when it's just so I can support.
Okay, perfect. So we filmed it back in March and The goal was to have it streaming by my birthday. My birthday is July 1st.
Okay.
So, yeah, it turned out really good. We shot it at Chicago Improv.
Okay.
So, it turned out super dope. And
I saw you had a couple of really good organic moments that happened. So I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to see it.
Like, it's just going to be a good watch. And they finalizing all the editing and stuff. And so it won't be streaming because we just had a new conversation with one of the streaming platforms. So we're trying to see where it's actually going to go. But on my birthday, we're going to have a pay-per-view link available on my birthday still. So if people want to do like an early access, the link will probably be active for like a week. Early access, you can watch it, pay-per-view it, and go like that until it's actually streaming. So, so July 1st, y'all, we still will be able to watch it.
We there.
I'm doing a private screening in Chicago on June 26th for my 40th birthday. So, my birthday July 1st, so we're going to do a screening. So people, awesome. Chicago can pull up and actually watch it. And then we're going to have a link available for my birthday. And
Perfect.
Hopefully we'll have news for everybody on where we're actually be streaming, and it'll probably be around August.
Okay, that's perfect. That's
perfect.
I
think it's gonna be good.
It definitely will. That's all we needed to hear too. That's how I usually end it by saying, "Hey, what you got coming up?"
Oh yeah.
But we was already waiting just to hear what that comedy special is
going to
So Well, just tell everybody all your information in terms of us trying to get with you, IG and all that good stuff.
Okay. Everything is Just Nesh, JustNesh on IG and Facebook. YouTube, Just Nesh Comedy. And y'all just follow any of the pages. I'll be posting all the information on my social media about where you can watch the special and when. So
Perfect. Thank you so much for everything. Like I said, I'm finally done. I'm finally done.
No problem. Yes. Don't send me not another goddamn message, Meldon.
Exactly.
Don't send me not another goddamn.
Exactly.
Be like, I see you in Wisconsin. Me too. I see you in Denver. Me too. I see you in Florida. Me too. Like, goddamn, Meldon.
That's what everybody say. Everybody like, this boy right here is stalking me. I'm like, hey, I'm serious about my pod. That's all.
Yes, I will give you that. Meldon ain't gonna play with you. He's going to get the interview.
Yes.
But nah, super dope.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, thanks for checking out the podcast this go round. And a special thanks to my girl Just Nesh for sitting down with me and doing a super dope interview. You can check out her IG and her website for future show and date info. Stay tuned for another episode of the Comedy Chatter podcast with another amazing comedian sharing their comedy journey, and of course, me, Meldon Williams. Y'all be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Peace out.